Welcome to episode 89 of Gun Guy Radio. This is a podcast that shines a positive light on the firearms lifestyle. I'm your host, Jake Challen, and this is your weekly dose of positive firearms talk without the politics. And Brownells helps make this episode of Gun Guy Radio possible. Selection, service, satisfaction. Find it all at Brownells. Please go to gunguyradio.com/satisfaction. Well, and this week we have two more special guests, part of the Firearms Insider website. Jared, I always think of you as Jared from New Jersey, because that's your email.
It is, yeah.
But, yeah, Jared's the Firearms Insider Senior Editor. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me tonight.
I won't even try your last name.
It's Doctor with no D. So it's Octor.
Octor.
Yep.
Okay.
Think of Doctor with no D.
Okay. Sounds good. And Devin, the host of the upcoming Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review podcast, which is an awful long title.
Yeah, it is.
May just call it the Gun and Gear Review podcast or something similar. Jared, how are you doing? Or Devin, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's cool to be here.
So Devin, Blystone, is that right?
Yep.
And you're from Pennsylvania area, correct?
Correct.
Okay, very cool. Well, we'll kind of get into your guys' background, let people get to know you guys a little bit. But, first, a few announcements. So, first of all, I'd like to thank our very generous listener who has donated to the Firearms Insider cause. Robbie, thank you so much. You have made a huge difference, helped pay our server for the Firearms Insider website, so thank you so much. And also the Firearms Insider podcasts are going to launch this next week as well, so keep an eye on our Firearms Radio Network master feed, because they'll show up there first before they get added on their own feeds in iTunes. So just keep a heads up. And keep heads up for another project I've been working towards that will also debut in the master feed first. So you can get to the Firearms Radio Network master feed by going to firearmsradio.tv /iTunes. That will get you there. We're talking the Firearms Insider Roundtable discussion for the week 2 here. So, Jared, let's start with you. So, how did you get into shooting? Did you grow up with guns?
No, quite the opposite. My family was never anti-gun. It was just something that they weren't really that into. But one of my best friends growing up, his family was very much into guns. And they would take me out to a farm, and we would shoot shotgun at trap. We would shoot Glocks and different handguns at like plinking stuff. And I guess I kind of got the bug settled in me. And when I was old enough to make my own purchase, I started off with the handguns and the shotguns, and that's pretty much where I got started. And it's kind of funny because it starts off small, and then before you know it, you're like obsessed with it. It's enjoyable. I love it.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah. One of my coworkers, he says that. He's like, watch it. As soon as you start, you can't stop.
Yeah, that's it. It's obsessive. But
so what was your first handgun then?
The Glock 17. A buddy of mine got me into that gun. It was so comfortable. It was so easy to use, and Glocks they're excellent guns. I just told him, I said, look, I want something simple to learn, and that was the way to go for me. And so that's it. Start with that.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't get more simple than a Glock, so that's awesome. So what do you like to do now? Like, if you have free time on the weekend or weeknight, what do you go shoot?
If I got some free time on the weekends, I'm kind of going out towards Devon's way to Pennsylvania, and I go sporting clay shooting. And there's a particular place out there I go to, Lehigh Sporting Clays, and it's huge. And you can actually take a golf cart and drive around to all the different stations. And only in Pennsylvania do they have golf carts with gun racks on them. And it's so much fun. And it goes anywhere from hard to easy, and it just really gets everyone into it. And so that's it. I like to go out there. I bring a couple friends. Then afterwards, we go out. We have lunch or late breakfast, and we make a day out of it. So for me, it's all about sporting clays.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I gotta get myself a golf cart with gun racks on it.
Yeah, I didn't know that we had golf carts with gun racks. It's news to me.
Oh, you gotta get out more, Devin. So, Devin, how did you get into shooting? Did you grow up around guns, or?
Yeah, my family lived in it's a small town, but the country's like right outside of town. It's like a mile. And my grandma had this big old farm. So we'd always go out there shooting, and then anytime that we were over there, she had guns that we could shoot, normally just like 22s and stuff. But just grew up doing that stuff, and then my dad would take us to the range, and that's where we learned to skeet shoot and like long distance shooting. And when I got a little bit older, he took my brothers hunting first, and I got to hang out with them while they shot. And then I finally got old enough and started hunting with them, but I never got a deer. And then I moved away for a couple years, and ever since I've been back, my buddy's been bugging me to go hunting with him.
Well, very cool. Well, I shot 2 ground squirrels today. Does that count?
I've done tons of that.
I got my bag limit for the day. So very cool. So same to you, Devin. If you have some free time on a weeknight or weekend, what do you like to go shoot currently?
Me and my one friend, we normally go and shoot pistols because that's the only real gun I have. I guess I have a single shot shotgun too, but it's not a whole lot of fun shooting that. And so we like to just go to the range and get a little practice in.
You need Jared. You need to take him out. That'd be a nice challenge. Single shot sporting clays.
Sporting clays is a lot of fun. Have you ever done it, Devin?
Not like actually set up by other people. Just like my dad's chucked them for us.
Yeah, a single shot shotgun is fine for that. I mean, just gotta keep reloading. But
yeah.
What's the barrel length on that gun?
Honestly, I have no idea. I can't remember the last time I had it out.
Okay.
It's pretty long.
So it could be maybe a 28-inch barrel. It's about average for a shotgun like that. So hey, sporting clays is a lot of fun. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah. Actually, I'll announce it now. Jared, we're having you on Gun Guy Radio in a couple weeks here to talk sporting clays. And you're going to educate me and the listeners about how great the sport is. So there's your homework, in case you didn't know.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess I've never really done sporting clays. I guess my dad went down to state when he was in high school. He was pretty good at it, but so. Let's talk a little bit about the Firearms Insider. So, Devin, you're hosting the Gun and Gear Reviews podcast. So you were one of the people that sent a demo in to us, and the good stuff rises to the top. So you made it. You made the cut, and I'm excited. So we're going to be featuring a lot of gun and gear reviews on your podcast. You're gonna, after you get handled, with the tech side of stuff, you're going to start doing some interviews and stuff, but really looking forward to that. So what do you think? You ready?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for it. I have access to plenty of guns and gear, so that'll get me through quite a few shows till I can start getting some other stuff.
Well, can you give us a little sneak preview of some of the first things you might tackle?
I guess the first couple guns will probably be Beretta PX4 Storm and Sig Sauer P229.
That's a nice gun.
My buddy actually just got that recently and went to the range with him. It shoots really nice.
That's carried by the Secret Service, I believe, is it not?
I'd have no idea. Jake?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but you can
Okay.
Google it.
Yeah, I think that's the Secret Service's weapon.
Google, yes, it is. So, yeah, it's going to be a weekly show. It's going to release the Firearms or Insider Gun and Gear reviews will release every Saturday. So, alongside Nikki on the Firearms Insider radio show. So, very cool. Maybe we'll even eventually get some cross, some collaboration going on between you guys. And SHOT Show's coming up before we know it. Many of the Firearms Radio Network crew are going, so we're going to be relaying a bunch of new info back to you, Devin, to tackle on your show. So,
Why do you have to relay it? Why can't I go?
well, you can go. I haven't heard, Jake. Hey, I want to go to the SHOT Show.
I just got this job a little bit ago, man. I haven't.
Well, we move quick here, so come on.
Jake, I want to go to
Devin,
the SHOT Show.
Someone has to hold down the fort while everybody runs out and plays. That's how it is, you know.
So, Devin, okay, well, we'll see what we can do about the SHOT Show. I'm sure we can maybe get you a pass to get there, but
All right.
or don't be expecting us to pay your flight or hotel or anything. But
Oh, come on.
so yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to listeners. You guys submitting content for the Firearms Insider page. The blog, you're welcome to submit on there, and also the reviews. So Jared's gonna be kind of combing through those as they come in, making sure they're making sure they're
And they meet our format.
meet
that
our
we have.
standards. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm messing with my mic here. Do I sound okay to you guys?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound fine.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, really excited about all things coming up here. We launch in just a few days, the 15th. Actually, I brought the Crossman MAR 177, so I wanted to kind of give you a preview of this for a review that I'm currently writing up. So it's right here. It's a Crossman MAR 177. So it's a upper. It's basically a complete upper for your black rifle. It's
Oh, so look at that.
it's got an air cylinder on the bottom, so it's a pre-charged pneumatic. And actually, I'll set this up in the back. So this is a this is how you can charge it. Now you can charge it off a scuba tank, but like for myself, I don't have a scuba tank place nearby. So, but
Yeah.
this is like, I mean, it's not. It looks like a bicycle pump, but it's not. It's probably about 10 times as heavy, and it can really charge this up to over 1,000 psi. This pump says it goes up to 3,500, and it gets really tough. I mean, you gotta really put some muscle in it to get this cylinder charged, but you get a lot of shots out of it. It's so it goes on, just like any other upper. Just use your standard any AR-15 lower, and it actually it's got a fake magazine, I guess, for for balance, for weight. But
Aesthetics. It's aesthetically
aesthetics.
pleasing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks better with it.
But I think you can still put a regular magazine on it just for kicks, I guess, if you want to be cool. But yeah, it just snaps together. And it takes these little. I'll try not to just discharge an air rifle in my office here, but it takes these little rotary magazines, and they hold 10 pellets, and they just slide right in there. Pretty
Oh,
slick.
good. That's compliant for New Jersey.
Oh, 10 pellet limit. Is that right? But I think some of Crossman's other AR, or not AR, but air rifles take these same magazines, clips. I don't know what they call them. But yeah, so it also has this is one thing the reviews will all cover is the features and benefits of each product, but it has a detachable carry handle and also a detachable front sight post. So
Fancy.
drop that on the glass desk here. So you could put a red dot on it. You could really do anything with it. It has a Lothar Walther barrel, so it has like a pretty high end barrel on it. So this isn't necessarily for an entry level I guess shooter, because this is something that you can use for national match air rifle competition. It meets those standards. It would be a good maybe a high power trainer, so you could take your high power AR-15 and put this on top, and maybe it depends on where you live, but maybe you can even shoot it in your basement if you got a little area you could set up safely and all. But
is it like is it a BB?
No,
it's like a BB looking thing, or
no. What it shoots?
Yeah.
No, it's an actual pellet. So I don't know if you can kind of see them in there. I keep bumping my mic here.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a standard .177 caliber pellet that you would shoot in any pellet rifle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
That's really cool, though.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it because where the studio is here, I can't shoot. Pretty much, I can't shoot any rifle stuff because there's residential areas fairly close. I mean, I have a lot of farmland, but as far as noise goes, I really can't shoot loud stuff. I suppose I could, but this is great for running around, trying to get a gopher or something. I mean, for me, I'm not a high power shooter or a national match, shooter, but it seems to be very quality. Well, I'll get into that later, but it's let me pull up.
What does that thing shoot, like 1,000 feet per second?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking for. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's pretty decent. It's not 1,000 feet per second. It's 600 FPS.
Oh.
But that's pretty decent. It's pre-charged, so it's pre-charged pneumatic, I think, or PCP is what they call this power source. It's got sling, swivel. It's trying to think what else. I guess the carry handle on it is kind of unique to this design because it's got this rotary magazine on it. So I don't know that you can attach a lot of different carry handles to it. But, you can attach it to your lower, and if you have like a match grade trigger, which this lower actually has, this is actually the giveaway rifle lower, but so you could essentially train with your same, trigger, grip, buttstock, and then if your rest of your rifle resembles, a A2 style or even something similar, it would, you know, kind of as a whole, resemble your real rifle. So
Can you add any attachments to the forend?
well, I mean, just a different front sight because it's got a
Okay.
Picatinny. I don't know if you can see it, just a Picatinny right there, but really,
What do you think?
really
Like a
no
tactical light on there, Devin? That kind of thing.
tactical.
Hey man, the groundhogs go running at night too.
Are they nocturnal? I don't. They might be, actually. Um,
Or those might be cats I'm hearing. But either way.
right. But yeah. So the price point on this, it's MSRP's for $650. So that's a lot of people see that as its low point because I guess when you're looking at something like this, you're like, oh, cool, it shoots pellets. I could even save more than if I did like a 22 conversion. But
Right.
I don't think that's really the purpose of this. I think it's more of a trainer for competition shooters rather than a cost savings upper. I think it would be cool if, because this is a complete free float match grade barrel. So I mean that's really high end. I think it would be cool if they just put like just a stock barrel in it, and maybe they could drop the price, a bit, and maybe offer it without the iron sights on it and drop it. Because if they could get it down to the 450, 400 range where it would at least compete with 22 dedicated uppers, because a lot of those you can get in that price range, then I think it would be pretty appealing for the average Joe. If you could have two models of it, that'd be kind of cool. But if you're listening and you use this to train with for any match competitions you do or anything like that, write in. I'd like to know what you think. Jake at firearmsradio.tv. But that it's a sneak peek. I took some pretty cool pictures with it. I also took some video. I'm shooting some apples off a fence. Just having fun. I have a bunch of apple trees here outside the studio, like more than you could ever eat. So I put all the bad ones up and go shooting once in a while. But
That's got to be very low recoil.
yeah, I mean low noise too. It's not loud at all. Minimal recoil. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, it allows you to shoot in a lot more environments than you could with the 22, and like a lot more directions. Like here, I when I post that video of shooting the apples, I could never shoot the 22 in that direction, but I can safely shoot this. Because 22, can go miles.
Right.
If you accidentally discharge it at an angle or something, and there's, there's stuff that far away that's why I can't shoot a 22 that direction. But a pellet rifle, there's nothing for hundreds and hundreds of yards, maybe zero point 0.5 miles or something. There's just nothing. So an air rifle, it's perfectly fine. So. But yeah, I mean that's just some of the things you're going to see us bring to you, and also let's see here. What else do I have? I'm bringing a 1911, an all steel 1911 that Crossman also makes, which is a great low handgun as well. It's an airsoft.
Is that a pellet gun?
Yeah, it's actually an airsoft.
Okay.
But I mean that's another thing that you can like practice your magazine changes. It's very accurate for like 10 20 yards. It's pretty accurate. I mean where you can actually hit pretty small targets with it. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. I have a few other things. The guys from the competitive rifle podcast are going to be trying out that bullseye targeting system. I kind of talked about it at the product spotlight of last week's This Week in Guns, but it's a system where you set a camera up that is pointed at your paper target. So it looks at your paper target for you and beams back a signal to your laptop and shows you where you hit, like it'll blink your last shots and stuff like that, and it works up to 1,000 yards away.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
So it eliminates the need for a spotting scope. It keeps track of your, you can save a profile and save your targets digitally. You can shoot with a buddy on the same target, and it will differentiate the different holes, even though they're on the same target.
Well, that's cool.
A lot of cool stuff you can do with it. But yeah, really cool stuff like that we'll be bringing to you in the first month or two, and just even more after that. But yeah, I'm excited to have Jared and Devin, you guys on board. Really appreciate all your guys' help. Jared, you've really helped us out in the past. Really appreciate it. And,
my pleasure.
And Devin, really excited having you on board as a newbie. I suppose I can send you a SHOT Show recommendation letter, maybe. I'll see if I find some time. But yeah, we'd love to have you come out. Jared, I guess you're going to hold down the home fort when we're out there at SHOT.
Someone has to do it, Jake, and I'm just the man.
Well, very cool. So let's get into some listener feedback, but first let's do the weekly giveaway. So this week we're giving away Brownells gift cards like we have the past several weeks. And this week I drew a winner, and it's Roger Parker. So congrats, Roger Parker. You won two $10 gift cards totaling $20 of Brownells goodies that you can get. And this week we're doing the Brownells Spotlight with Paul again, and it's the Brownells Lewis lead remover. So you can see that on a separate, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's on a separate playlist, or if you're listening to the audio episode, it'll be included in there. But really cool stuff there every week that we get together on the product spotlight with Paul from Brownells. To enter the weekly giveaway, just go to gunguyradio.com/winner. That's gunguyradio.com/winner, and that's our email newsletter that I never get around to emailing. But it gets you entered in the weekly giveaway, and every week we're giving something away. So yeah, let's get into the feedback. Jared, Devin, I think you have this up, so I'll tackle the first one, and then Devin, sure. You want to take the second one, and Jared the third. So Greg writes in and he says, I enjoy your podcast very much. I was glad to hear that you are a fan of Audible.com, as am I. American Sniper and American Gun, Chris Kyle's two books are available on Audible. And also Emily Miller, senior opinion writer on the Washington Times, also has her book, Emily Gets Her Gun, but Obama Wants to Take Yours on Audible.com. That's a great title.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Audible. I listen to several audiobooks a month. I have the 2-book Audible I guess subscription. So you can sign up for a monthly fee and either get 1 or 2 credits. They're good for 1 book each, and or you can buy it with cash money, I guess too. You can sometimes get a better deal if you buy, the I guess cash way, or sometimes you get a better deal if you go with a credit. For example, there's some books on there that are like, $30, $40, $50. So if you're paying $15 a month for 1 credit, well, that's a no-brainer. You'd use a credit for a book like that. But there's some books on there that are like $7. There's a lot of really good books like between $7 and $15 that you might just pay outright instead of using a credit. If you go with a 2-month credit, I think it's $20 $6. It's not. It's not. It's cheaper than buying one credit, so you get a discount for buying two. So, because I think my credits average out to be like $12 a book. So if a book is less than $12, I'll buy it outright. So, but if you're a podcast listener, Audible, can provide a wealth of content as well. But yeah, thanks, Greg, for writing in. Really appreciate it. And you can get 2 months free. I'm not an Audible affiliate, but there's affiliates out there. You can just Google 2 months free Audible, and you can sign up. And the first two credits, or not months, the first for 2 credits a month is what I meant to say. You can get the first two free. So just Google that. You can find a promo code or a direct link and get signed up and try it out.
I wish I had time for this audible.com, but seeing as how I'm listening to podcasts from the FRN, I just don't have time.
That's my same problem.
That's a good problem to have. That's actually required. You can't sign up for an Audible account until you listen to all the FRN shows. So,
my commute is just packed with FRN shows. I no time for Audible.
Well, Devin, you want to take the next one?
Yeah, sure. Gray writes in. He says, Jake, you and the folks have done an outstanding job with the network and the shows. You truly don't compete with the other network, but you are complementary. I don't know what the other network is, but no duplications of services. What a legacy. I'm a big fan of Gun Guy and Gun Girl Radio. Been listening to the AR-15 podcast as well. Just heard about the Accurate Rifle podcast, and I've been thinking about trying my hand at this discipline, so this is very timely. My question is this. I normally listen to the podcast via Stitcher. Will the Accurate Rifle find its way there? Thanks again, and I'll look at the needs list if there's anything I can do to help out. Keep up with the good work.
Yeah, Gray. I may have misspoke last week, but it's either the competitive rifle podcast you're looking for or the precision rifle podcast. They're two of our newest shows. The competitive rifle podcast is on Stitcher. It just went up today, actually. So you can search competitive rifle on Stitcher, or there's a direct link here in the show notes for episode 89 of Gun Guy Radio. That's gunguyradio.com/089. And the Precision Rifle podcast, it's showing up on my dashboard, but it's not in there yet. So it's either going to be in there soon, or there's a technical glitch, and I'll have to contact tech support. But the Precision Rifle podcast will also be on there very soon. And also our other newest show, We Like Shooting, they're also on Stitcher, so you can find them as well. But how do you guys listen? Do you guys listen on iTunes, Jared and Devin, or do you use Stitcher?
No, I'm an iTunes guy. It's so easy with having the iPhone. I mean, it's right there. It's a piece of cake.
Yeah, I use the podcast app for the iTunes.
The Apple's podcast app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the one that they have. And it works great.
Yeah, it does work great. I don't even download them anymore. I just stream everything. I have my subscriptions, and then I just kind of look through, see what I want to listen to, because I have so many subscriptions. If I was to download everything, it would fill up my iPhone. So I just stream it off the LTE usually. So that works out really well too. And that, really, the future. I mean, 3 years from now, I mean, we're probably all be doing that. But yeah, Jared, you want to take Mark's feedback?
Yeah, Mark writes in. Hi, Jake. Today I listened to number 88. I really enjoyed it. I think Nikki is really funny, and I look forward to hearing more of her. As an atheist libertarian, I totally disagree with Eric. I think gun people are the best people you could ever hope to meet, even though most are Christian and Republican. I'm not offended by talk about God, and in fact, I think that a person's faith or lack of faith is a part of who they are. I would be offended if you felt you had to censor yourself. After all, it is your show. And part of what I like about the show is the personalization and people in the shows. I also listen to many of the God and Gun shows where they have content I'm interested in. Crossbreed holsters rock. P.S. Most of our students are women. Many of them are petite, old, arthritic, and more than one of these. The perfect tool for them to load magazines with is the Uplula loader, which we use them all the time. They also work well to get the 15th and 16th round into that new magazine. They sell at Brownells for $35. I think it's one of the best range products on the market. They come in black and pink. They come in 2 handgun sizes, one for 22 through 38 and one for the 38 up. They also have for rifles. I have not used that one yet, but I have heard it works well. I have the one for the AR-15, and it does work. It does work very well. Very happy with that product.
Yeah, my dad has the one for the pistol. I think there's 2 versions for the pistol. I think there's a single stack and a double stack, or maybe it's 22 and full size, something like that. But well, we're running up against This Week in Guns tonight because we record both shows. So Ed wrote in about Illinois carry from a Chicagoan's perspective, and he's got some really good info in here, so I'm going to leave that in the show notes for episode 89. So go to gunguyradio.com/089, and he's got some good links in here. I'll just briefly touch on a few things. He says he thinks Illinois State Police have actually been doing a very good job implementing concealed carry so far. He says over 1,000 instructors have been improved so far. And there's a list of 16 pages long of businesses who have had their training curriculum approved. And applications for the public will be available January 5th. And he's got some stuff in here about training too, and a bunch of good links as well. So if you're interested in Illinois concealed carry, check the show notes for episode 89 of Gun Guy Radio. And don't forget the Firearms Insider community will launch on October 15th. Again, a big shout out to Robbie for his generous donation. And if you'd like to also contribute like Robbie did, you can go to firearmsradio.tv/donate to keep our sites, running, to help pay for the media servers and everything else. I really appreciate it. And again, check firearmsinsider.tv on October 15th, and it'll be up. So, I'd like to thank Duluth Trading Company for sponsoring this episode of Gun Guy Radio. And go to
Jake, don't want to cut in, but I just got Duluth's Cab Commander for the seat.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
And it keeps track of everything. I don't lose anything at all in my truck anymore. So, big. Why
don't you describe for people who don't know what the Cab Commander is?
Sure. The Cab Commander is it's kind of like a briefcase for your seat. You put it next to your seat. It's got a strap that goes around the headrest, clips in, and then it's got like a million pockets. It's got pockets for umbrella, flashlights, ID cards, pens, cell phone holders. I mean, it's got so many different things on there. It's fantastic. And all that stuff used to be on my front seat, the back seat, the center console, mixed up everywhere. Now it is completely 100% organized. And I think it was $25, $30 or something like it.
Yeah, they're very reasonable.
It was a great price. Very happy indeed.
Well, very cool. Thanks for sharing, Jared. It's always good to hear testimonials. I'd also like to thank Ryan Crosshunter Design, who designs almost all of the artwork on the Firearms Radio Network and the Firearms Insider. He's been cranking out artwork like crazy for Devin's podcast, for Nikki's podcast, for all the different website headers and everything else. So really good work, Ryan. Thank you so much. If you need any graphic design, go to hunterofdesign.com. And again, don't forget to use our Brownells affiliate link by going to gunguyradio.com/satisfaction. And that about wraps it up this week. So you can send feedback to jake@gunguyradio.com or record a voicemail message on the right-hand side of our website using the SpeakPipe plugin. And remember to please leave us an iTunes reviews. iTunes reviews, they enable other people to find the show because we'll get bumped up a little bit in the iTunes rankings when we get reviews, and help out your fellow gun owners. If you like the show, leave us a, or even if you don't, go to gunguyradio.com/iTunes and facebook.com/gunguyradio. And also, just a regular gunguyradio.com website. You can comment at the bottom of any episode. And remember, join the NRA and the Second Amendment Foundation. And also, don't forget to check out all the other great shows on the Firearms Radio Network. I listed off, the three newest ones: competitive rifle, precision rifle, we like shooting, and then like handgun radio, tactical paradise, student of the gun, talking lead. There's just a ton of great shows on there. So thank you so much, Jared, for coming on and letting us see the man behind the Firearms insider editor role.
The man behind the mystery.
And you as well, Devin. Thanks so much for coming on. Great to let people meet the Gun and Gear podcast host.
No, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.